Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We've got the final 3 pre-release kits from the case that we've opened up this week. So we're just going to go ahead and crack these 3 open, see what kind of pre-release cards we get, see what the 18 draft booster packs hold, and then we're going to go through the full MTG box analysis of all 90 packs opened up this week. So stay tuned to the end for that because that's sure to be exciting and quite a bit of data. So I've started to put together the template on how I'm going to display the stats from what is effectively 2.5 draft booster boxes, and I like it so far. So obviously I haven't finished compiling the numbers because we still have quite a few packs to go here. So during today's opening, I will be revealing the 3 arena codes. So if you've missed out all week long, or if you've been able to capture 1 or 2 codes, here's a chance for 3 more. So here's the dice that we're going to see today. So we've got the blue, the red, and the yellow. Very cool. All right. So let's take a look at our first pre-release card. It is going to be the Extraordinary Journey. Very nice. Just a rare out of blue. And now let's rip on through our 6 draft booster packs that go with this pre-release kit. All right, so this one starts off with a Not Dead After All, followed by a Spell Stutter with a Charmed Clothier. Then we get a Curse of the Werefox, followed by a Shatter the Oath, Redcap Thief, Candy Trail with a Kindled Heroism, Ministrosity, Chancellor of Tales, a High Fae Negotiator with a Callous Sellsword. And then we're going to see an Imodane, the Pyro Hammer, coming in as our main set rare, followed by a Mana Flare backup rare. And then we're just going to see ourselves a Plains with a Fairy token. All right, so already starting off with a double rare pack. That's pretty darn good. Now let's see a double mythic pack. All right, so we got the Armory Mice with a Verdant Outrider, a Fell Horseman, a Living Lectern, Hopeful Vigil, followed by a Frantic Firebolt. Then we get a Freeze in Place with a Grand Ball Guest, a Frolicking Familiar with a Tough Cookie. And then we're going to see ourselves an Ego Drain with a Rankle's Prank coming in as our main set rare, followed by a Curiosity from the Enchanting Tale subset and a Utopia Sprawl in foil. Then we're going to see a Forest and a Food token. Still hoping to see the Beseech the Mirror in these packs. We have not seen one yet in the case. We've got a Curse of the Werefox, followed by a Shatter the Oath, Sleight of Hand, Besotted Knight, Beanstalk Worm, Candy Trail. Then we're going to see an Unruly Catapult, followed by a Kindled Heroism, Corvol and the Noble Thief, with Imodane's Recruiter, Ashiok's Reaper. And then we're going to see ourselves a Werefox Bodyguard coming in as our main set rare, followed by a Curiosity and a foil Bespoke Battle Garb, with a Forest and a Wicked Curse token in the back. All right, this one kicks off with the Misleading Moats, followed by the Tunavale Guide, the Hallow Scavenger, the Fell Horseman, the Water Wings, Edgewall Pack, Bespoke Battle Garb, Rhyme Fur Reindeer with a Ginger Broop. Then we get a Gingerbread Hunter with a Graceful Takedown. And then we got a Soul Guide Lantern with a Sentinel of Lost Lore as our main set rare, followed by a Rest in Peace backup rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Plains and a Monster Sorcerer. All right, 2 packs to go, and then we'll reveal the first arena code. All right, we got the Curse of the Werefox, followed by the Shatter the Oath, Sleight of Hand, Besotted Knight, Beanstalk Worm, Ventress Transmuter, Minecart Daredevil, Evolving Wilds, with a Spell Scorn Cavern. Then we got a Belligerent of the Ball with an Agathis Champion. And we're going to see ourselves a Scalding Viper coming in the showcase treatment. Very cool artwork there. Then we got ourselves a Season of Growth with a Merfolk Coralsmith in foil, and then a Mountain and a non-token token. All right, our final draft booster pack for this pre-release kit, and then we'll do the arena code. All right, so we're going to see ourselves the Armory Mice with a Verdant Outrider, then the Fell Horseman, followed by a Living Lectern, Hopeful Vigil, Leaping Ambush. Then we've got ourselves a Snare Master Sprite and a Reddy's Whisper, Unruly Catapult with the Princess Takes Flight. Then we're going to see a Twisted Sewer Witch with a Tempest Heart. And then we're going to see Yenna Redtooth Regent coming in as our main set rare, followed by a Compulsion and a Swamp, and a Royal Young Hero. All right. So not a ton of value in that pre-release kit. Not sure what the Extraordinary Journey is going for, but it was definitely on your screen. And here is the first arena code. So if you claim this code, just go ahead and drop a comment, let everybody know. That way you can claim some bragging rights and they can stop trying. All right, so our second pre-release card is The End. Very cool, rare out of black. And now let's jump into our 6 draft booster packs. And thank you to Jevin, the channel member who donated this case for cracking and analysis. All right, so we got ourselves the Frostbridge Guard with the Bastille Bloodline, Hopeless Nightmare, Obria's Attendants, Savior of the Sleeping, Harried Spear Guard, followed by a Redcap Thief, Crystal Grotto. Then we're going to see ourselves a Candy Trail, followed by a Collector's Vault, Howling Galefang with a Bitter Chill. Then we're going to see the Tangled Colony coming in as our main set rare with a Leyline of Abundance, backup rare. Then we got ourselves an Island and a Royal Young Hero. All right, next pack up, we've got the Conceited Witch, followed by an Aquatic Alchemist, an Archon's Glory, Prophetic Prism, with a Commune with Nature, Flick a Coin, Candy Grapple, Bespoke Battle Garb, the Archive Dragon, followed by a Taken by Nightmares. Then we're going to see a Galvanic Giant, and we're going to see a Regal Bunnicorn coming in as our first rare. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Utopia Sprawl with a foil Oppression coming in from the Enchanting Tales subset. Very nice. Then we got ourselves an Island and a Wicked Cursed. All right, we got Johann Stopgap with a Slumbering Keep Guard, Ferocious Werefox, Sweet Tooth Witch, followed by a Misleading Motes, Scarecrow Guide, Eretti's Whisper, Redcap Thief, Torch the Tower, Embereth of Veteran, Knight of Sweet's Revenge, Succumb to the Cold, with a Virtue of Persistence Mythic showing on up. Very nice to see that from the main set. Very cool. Then we got ourselves a Dragon Mantle with a Full Art Plains and a Fairy Token. All right, pack number 3, halfway through the pre-release kit. We got ourselves a Sugar Rush with the Coral Smith, Stockpiling Celebrant, the Spider Food, Not Dead After All, Protective Parents, Frantic Firebolt, Grabby Giant with a Return Triumphant, Obria's Dreaming Duelist, Eretti's Tempting Apple. Then we're going to see the Witch's Vanity with a Rotisserie Elemental. This is probably the one rare we've seen the most of, followed by a Polluted Bonds coming in from the Enchanting Tales subset. Then we're going to see ourselves a Standard Mountain and a Beast Token. All right, pack number 4. We've got the Tunavale Guide with the Hallow Scavenger, Fell Horseman, Water Wings, Armory Mice, Sky Beast Tracker, Gnawing Crescendo, the Borrow Naughty, Minecraft Daredevil, the Threadbind Cleek, Two-Headed Hunter. And then we're going to see the Red Tooth Vanguard with, I told you, it's the most repeated rare of the set. We got the Rotisserie Elemental again with the Season of Growth, and then we got an Island and a Royal. That's twice now that in back-to-back packs inside these pre-release kits, we've seen the Rotisserie Elemental. All right, so we got the Johann Stopgap, Slumbering Keep Guard with a Ferocious Werefox, Sweet Tooth Witch, Misleading Motes, Unruly Catapult, Troublemaker Oof. Then we got a Harried Spear Guard with the Picnic Ruiner, Hearth Elemental. Then we're going to see ourselves a Tanglespan Lookout, followed by 3 Blind Mice. And then we're going to see ourselves a Stab Wound with a Restless Vinestalk coming in foil, followed by a Swamp and a Rat Token. All right, so I think that one was a little bit better. That'll be on your screen now as far as the totals for that. And here is the second arena code. So again, if you comment, or if you got the first one, maybe give it a little while before you claim the second one. And if you do claim the second code, just go ahead and drop a comment that says, thank you, Jevin, for code number 2. All right, so our third pre-release card is a land. We got a Restless Spire coming in. Very nice. All right, so now let's get to our last 6 draft booster packs, and then we'll do the full MTG box analysis on what 90 packs in a pre-release kit looks like. So we've got a Voracious Vermin, an Ice Out, Kellen's Lightblades, Titanic Growth, Warehouse Tabby, Borrow Naughty, Gnawing Crescendo with a Minecart Daredevil, Evolving Wilds with a Callous Sellsword, Embereth Veteran. Then we've got a Cheeky House Mouse with a Virtue of Loyalty Mythic coming in the Showcase treatment. Then we've got ourselves an Intangible Virtue with a Swamp and a non-token token. All right, so we got the Rat Out with the Balloonist Gatekeeper, Moment of Valor, followed by the Admirer. Then we're going to see the Scream Puff with the Witch's Mark. Then we got the Vantress Transmuter with the Scarecrow Guide, Stone Splitter Bolt, Obria Dreaming Duelist, Taken by Nightmares. And then we're going to see the Elusive Otter as our main set rare, followed by a Parallel Lives. This is going to be a tremendous hit from the subset. Very nice, and congratulations, Jevin, on that hit. Awesome mythic to see there. And then we're going to see ourselves a Belligerent of the Ball with an island and a monster. Very nice. So that Parallel Lives probably pays for the entire pre-release kit. This one, anyway. It'll be on your screen for sure. Then we got a Kellen's Lightblades, Feed the Cauldron with an Ice Out, Plunge into Water, Brave the Wilds with a Conceited Witch, Merry Bards, Vantress Transmuter with a Grand Ball Guest. Then we're going to see Knight of Sweet's Revenge, Succumb to the Cold with Sir Armont the Redeemer. And then we've got a Charming Scoundrel, followed by a Grasp of Fate, a Forest, and a Treasure Token in the back. All right, we got 3 more packs to go here. We've got ourselves a Quick Study with a Frostbridge Guard, Bastille Bloodline, Hopeless Nightmare, Abria's Attendants, the Ratcheter Trainee, Redtooth Genealogist, the Skewer Slinger, Torch the Tower, Galvanic Giant, Threadbind Clique with a Reddy's Tempting Apple. And then we're going to see ourselves a Lord Skitter Sewer King as our main set rare with a Garruk's Uprising. And then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain and a Nightmare token. I don't think we've seen too many Garruk's Uprisings in this pre-release case. So we've got a Diminisher Witch, Break the Spell, Hamlet Glutton, Feed the Cauldron, Prophetic Prism, Rhyme for a Reindeer, The Freeze in Place, Witch's Mark, Back for Seconds, a Eerie Interference with a Tenacious Tome Seeker, and then we're going to see Lord Skitter Sewer King, a double rare back-to-back. But we are also going to see ourselves a Fiery Emancipation with a Shatter the Oath in foil, then a Plains, and a Wicked Cursed in the back. All right, final draft booster pack, pack number 90 of the pre-release case. And then we'll do the final arena code and jump right into the MTG box analysis. All right, so we got ourselves a Leaping Ambush with a Wicked Visitor, Into Fate Court, Unassuming Sage, Returned from the Wilds, Territorial Witchstalker, Bellowing Bruiser with an Edgewall Pack, Dutiful Griffin. Then we're going to see ourselves a Corval and the Noble Thief with Imodane's Recruiter. And then we are going to see Godric Cloaked Reveler. Can we get a triple rare pack? No, of course not. All right, so we got a Season of Growth with a Restless Fortress borderless foil coming in. Very nice way to kind of close out the pre-release kit. And then we get ourselves a Swamp and a Wicked. All right, so there was definitely some value in this pre-release kit thanks to the Parallel Lives and maybe even that Restless Spire. All right, so here is the third and final, or 15th and final, pre-release Wilds of Eldraine arena code. So go ahead and just comment that you claimed code number 3. Thank Jevin for his donation of the 15 codes or 90 digital packs this week. And let's jump right into the MTG box analysis. We'll begin the analysis by looking at all of the cards that we pulled from the 90 draft booster packs. Then we'll review how much in the main set and the Enchanting Tales subset we covered by non-foil and foil, along with a breakdown of coverage by rarity and a look at duplication across the case. Following this, we'll establish a baseline for value with a look at the current value of the two sets, as well as a trend of the value since release. Then we'll move into a recap of the actual observed value in these 90 packs. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics from more than 160 boxes, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level to download the analysis spreadsheets. Let's kick things off by examining the contents of the 90 draft booster packs in comparison to the cards that we could have seen from the main set. Using this chart, we can see all 307 cards that we could have seen from the main Wilds of Eldraine set marked in gray, the actual foils we acquired in orange, and the non-foils in green. In the non-foil space, we saw between 192 and 222 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, for only a variance of 30 cards. Also in the non-foil space, we saw 9 showcase cards and 4 borderless cards. When it comes to the foils, we saw between 3 and 6 cards for each of the primary colors, as well as a single borderless card in foil. That's right, only one foil borderless in 90 draft packs. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw between 8 and 21 non-foils for each of the colors of Magic, and between 0 and 2 in the foil space. And in these 90 packs, we only saw 3 anime borderless cards, and all 3 were non-foil. Removing all duplication, our coverage of the main set looks like this. We saw 287 of the 307 cards for 84% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was a tie between blue and red with 93% coverage apiece. In the foil space, we only saw 24 of the 307 cards, which gave us 8% coverage of the main set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 14% coverage. Moving into the Enchanting Tale subset, we ended up seeing 36 of the 83 cards in non-foil for 43% coverage, and in the foil space, we only saw 4 unique cards for 5% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in this case, it should be no surprise that we saw 100% of the commons and uncommons in non-foil. We also saw 50 of the 78 main set rares, along with 12 of the 33 mythics. This gave us 64% coverage of the rares and 36% coverage of the mythics. In the foil space, we saw 7% of the commons, 9% of the uncommons, as well as 7 unique rares for 9% coverage, and 3 unique mythics, again for 9% coverage. From the Enchanting Tale subset, we saw 94% of the uncommons in non-foil, along with 14 of the rares for 40% coverage, and 5 of the mythics for 17% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 11% of the uncommons, along with 2 foil rares for 6% coverage. In total, we saw 121 rares and 24 mythics within these 15 pre-release kits, if we include the 14 rares and 1 mythic pre-release cards. From a duplication standpoint, since we were opening up draft packs, duplication was expected to be high. We ended up seeing 242 cards duplicated 1,022 times for a case duplication rate of 75%. 1 card was repeated 12 times, and 53 cards were repeated twice. Before getting into the value of this case, let's first check in on how the set is performing. This chart shows all 307 cards that you can pull from the main Wilds of Eldraine set using non-foil market prices as of September 19th, 2023. Currently, the set features 4 cards valued over $10. They are the Virtue of Persistence, which has recently popped into the greater than $10 category with a market value of $11.48. Then we have the Moonshaker Cavalry in standard frame going for $17.35, Beseech the Mirror going for $33.13, and Agatha's Soul Cauldron, the number 1 pull, valued at $42.05. The set also features 8 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 27 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 268 cards in the main set are currently valued less than $1. Moving into the Enchanting Tale subset, let's look at the 83 cards that you can pull from a draft booster pack. At present, the subset contains 20 cards valued over $10. This includes 13 of the 20 anime borderless cards and 7 cards from the main set. In addition to these, the subset also features 8 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 21 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 34 cards in the subset hold a market value less than $1 each. Now let's look at how the 2 sets have been performing since release. This chart shows the total market value of the 307 cards from the main set and the 83 cards from the Enchanting Tale subset that you can pull from a draft booster pack. On release day, the main set had a total market value of $215.27. I'm happy to report that those same cards are now worth $254.45, which is an increase of $39.18, or 15% of the starting set value. And the 83 cards from the Enchanting Tales subset started out at $587.22 and are now up $57.10 to $644.32, which is an increase of about 9%. Most sets come out and then drop. but not Eldraine. The 390 total cards are currently valued at $802.49 using non-foil market prices. Now let's begin to recap the value that we saw inside of these 90 draft packs. In the non-foil space from the main set, we saw two big hits. We saw the number 4 card, the Virtue of Persistence, valued at $11.48, and the number 1 card, the Agatha Soul Cauldron, valued at $42.05. We also saw 4 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 20 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 1,199 non-foils from the main set are currently valued less than $1. In the traditional foil space, we only saw one big hit. We saw the Moonshaker Cavalry, which is currently valued at $20.58 in foil. We didn't see any cards in the $5 to $10 range and only 5 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 19 foils from the main set are currently valued less than $1. Within the Enchanting Tale subset, we saw 3 standouts. We saw the Anime Borderless Defense of the Heart, currently valued at $11.08, the Anime Borderless Greater Oromancy, currently valued at $20.80, and the Parallel Lives from the main set, currently valued at $25.33. We also picked up 3 cards in the $5 to $10 range and 9 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 75 non-foils from the subset are currently valued less than $1. In the foil space, we didn't see a single Enchanting Tales card valued over $5 and only 2 cards valued between $1 and $5. As I'm sure you know, each pre-release kit contains a rare or a mythic from the main set with a release year gold stamp on it. In this case, we saw 14 rares and a single mythic ranging in value between 91 cents and $9.98. So how did this case perform? Well, Jevin, a member of the channel, loaned me this case to analyze, and he paid $275 for it. I couldn't find any full cases for sale on TCG Player, but the market price for each kit is $24.22, and since a case has 15 kits, we can assume the market price for a case should be close to $363. Now, each Wilds of Eldraine pre-release kit contains 6 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing us to see 1,350 cards in a total case. The 14 rares and 1 mythic pre-release card that we saw have a combined market value of $52.53. The 94 cards from the Enchanting Tales subset have an impressive total of $112.50. From the main set, the 78 tokens are currently valued at $11.29. The 89 basic lands that we pulled are valued at $13.54. The 790 commons came up to be $33.07 in market value. The 277 uncommons that we saw are currently valued at $37.65 combined. The 83 rares from the main set have a current market value of $35.11, and the 17 mythics that we pulled are valued at $120.24. Add it all up, and the grand total for this case comes up to be $415.93 in card market value, which is a gain of $140.93 over the price that Jevin paid, which means that he saw a return of 151% of his purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 35 cards valued over $2 in this case, and they have a current combined value of $263.78, which means that those 35 cards represent 63% of the total case value and almost covered Jevin's cost for the case. A big thank you to Jevin for allowing me to open and analyze this case, and for allowing me to share the arena codes with the channel audience. All the cards are headed your way. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.